Sky against so many reusable flashes.
Okay,
and
so
stuns where you're
let me
gonna
look
have
over
that
here a
advantage.
sec.
Now the change from Zeta Division last time they played,
Okay,
it wasn't
it's
just
a
the Sage,
proper
they played
dive
Harbor
comp.
Viper as well.
I'll tell you
This
something that
time
does
they
work
go
well.
double duelist,
The
and
dog
then the
stun,
double
and then
initiator, and
people that
just
can
keep
dive with them is
still,
pretty
and
good.
they choose attack first. I think that's the
But
important
it's
part.
in
That's
terms
one
of
the reasons
Zeta,
ZRX
their
is able
comp's
to
a
absolutely
little bit
dismantle
one-dimensional.
T1's
They can't
composition
really
as well,
work the
but
map
they
so
faced
well.
off
It's
on
more
Vine.
just we take map control, we push onto the site. Flash goes in over towards T1. They see no one here, and they might have a 4-person stack in time for this hit. I say it's the hit is instant.
Oh, Def was so quick on that entry. I mean, as soon as the guiding light clears showers,
No Viper and Bind is lost condition? Nah, it's fine. Like, it's honestly
and
so
then the
fine.
main force comes
Yeah, I
in.
just hit the record button, by the way. Thank you for reminding me.
Here onto the A site. It's going to be tough here for T1 to try to come in with that retake. 10 going to be in U-Haul.
Like, I'd prefer the Viper on this map, but in terms of, like, does this comp work? Yeah, for sure it works. There's not going to be a reason why they lose. They just have to know what their strengths and what their weaknesses are. Nice shots.
And both Laz and Sugar Zero winning their duels.
Just ban left over. They're not going to show him anything here until they absolutely.
Yeah, we're trying it for today, Fio.
And so this is going to be closed out with a very important Zeta round 1 win.
Right, really nice. In terms of pistols so far, it's 2-1. 1-0 for this
now
map.
We're going to see how many more can they get. Let's not forget in map 1, it was really T1 just streaking win after win after win. It looked like it might be like a 13-2 or 13-1 for a little bit with how well they were playing. So it's a little bit of a relief to see Zeta here with a very strong showing, especially being down 0-1.
Now, just in that last replay as well, this is something we saw from Zeta.
Yeah, a lot of how you're going to see this a lot. Just early groups. Again, they can't really play. It is literally get long control, get showers control, and then hit the site. And the good sign is going to be when we get into the buy rounds, if Zeta can win rounds when there's 3 people stacked over towards sites with their XX, then you know it's on. T1 just need to get info around the edges and just work out what site they're hitting early on. Try and make sure they can stack the opposite site with numbers.
From behind the wall and teleport heard. Sugar Zero just keeping his eyes on there.
Yeah, not a lot you can work with here for the time being. So it's going to be the same story as the last round. Ban the last guy standing.
All right,
to go into that third round.
A little bit of damage at the end done.
Strong here. At least start things off on Vine.
It's nice though. 1, 2, 3, 4 rifles.
Two Bulldogs and a
Looking
Vandal
good.
and Phantom. So absolutely trying to snowball things. I think the game plan is very clear. They want to get at least 8
So
rounds.
this bonus
to the
is
first
very,
half.
very
That gives them
strong.
a little margin, even if you can't really figure out a good answer to this composition when you're defending against it, you'll have such a good lead. And even on defense, once you see the Gecko and Sky,
So we
push
kind of
one
know how
side,
Zeta are
the
going to
other
play.
side, one of the duelists can
T1
push
just
out
need to
and you can go
be,
for an explosive retake
like
with
we
double
said,
duelists.
getting info, making sure that the Rays or whoever their rotators can get to the right place. Flash goes in. I need to see a rotate now from T1. Rotate comes in. Harbor's coming in. Might be a little bit late. They're a little bit hesitant with it. Did they get out of the choke point? Nice.
10 returns the favor. Ban now taken out. Munchkin here waiting on the other side in the crisscross of the harbor wall.
I love the
Okay,
rotate
over
as
rotate.
well.
They push into. Oh my god, 10.
They're not sure exactly how many people would have rotated over.
Oh,
10.
5
Not able
HP
to get
with that
one,
duel.
though.
Both of them weren't ready for it. They can have
Not over yet
no
for
idea
Zeta.
that Sugar Zero's
gonna
here.
come back into hookah. Not see anything just yet. Now the spike is actually outside of showers.
It's weird. I thought these were going to push spawn, but honestly, they have no idea there was a 4-person rotate, so they don't realize they kind of missed their window.
Sugar Zero might be able to get one. He
Close.
sees Zeta behind the tube, but he's given his position away now as well.
Yeah, but now with this much time passed, T1 was able to reposition. I think they actually might have missed the TP sound earlier just because of the gunfights, but either way, counting down the time, just leaving Saya player to scout this out.
Saya is going to have a good opportunity to try to
30 seconds
interfere
left.
with a possible site plant. He's gonna hear the bird and know where it's coming from, and he doesn't get either. Laz gets him from below.
And then they're going to get the plant.
It's kind of
If they can get
doable.
one more kill.
Is Breach
Zeta
just going to
Division
stun
is
spawn and
looking
get out?
Solid here for the first half. Positioning is pretty decent. They know they have showers control, so no reason to stay there any longer. Laz going to reposition to support Sugar Zero. Crow left alone on the site.
Yeah, I was going to say, needed to get out because this spam was always going to come at one point.
Make it a little bit
Nice
of an
shot.
awkward position, but that changes as Sugar Zero gets the downing on his Zeta.
Remaining.
Munchkin with a nice shot. Only 5 HP though. Laz coming around.
Enemy remaining.
And he's
Does he kill Dubra?
He pops
No.
out, beautifully done
No, bro,
with
just
that final
diffusing.
shot. A very
I
low
tell you what
HP
though,
last,
Zeta should be
cleaned up,
pretty
Zeta
happy
getting
with
the
how
first win.
this round went. They did a lot of damage.
T1 starting to come back.
Yeah, I mean, they barely get that round, but the thing is, they dropped 4 rifles.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it was a bonus round for Zeta Division, and a very strong bonus because they bought up on the second round all the way up to the rifles. I mean, very smart of Carpe to use his wingman there. And of course, that's a much smaller target to try to spam through as well. Gecko always shining in those
Judge.
1v1s, but
Judge
the
and
ideas
Lambs,
from Zeta
4
Division are
person
good,
start at B.
them taking that TP early, I like it. They still spend a lot of time, but they heard so many guns that they were able to TP safely in the middle of that
They
round.
late changed their plan here.
Actually pushing out here towards the fountain.
Oh, they were so ready for this.
And it turns
Oh
out to
my
be a
god,
bit
they
of a
were
trade
so
here,
ready.
but
See
it's one
all
that
of them
Zeta
hiding. They
ultimately
heard
comes out
the
on
they
top,
heard
and
the
this is gonna
util, they heard the
crack
flash, they
B
heard the
wide
dizzy,
open.
then they swing
As we
after it
see
with
T1
3 people.
scrambling. And this is almost never a retakeable.
That was
position.
nice.
It
Good
feels like
anti went into
door
this.
is
Good
just
prep.
brutal, if you get pushed out of B side, so.
And again, a lot of teams do this, like a lot of what you have to, in terms of like if you're trying to work out if a team's done like prep or anti and stuff like that, majority of the time the round you're looking for is the bonus or the fast buy, right? Either the 3rd or the 4th round, as long as you've had nothing too crazy go on with the anti-eco. Because that's the most impactful moment. That's when people are using like their biggest anti.
Yeah.
So this,
what I was gonna say was
they realized that they like to do this, so they held for the push. It happened to come in on the perfect round. They all swing perfectly done.
Looking at the economy, they will probably just.
And this could have all been a bigger game plan as well. Went over towards A on the pistol, then they hit heavy hit B again in terms of the beginning of the round. Intention was over towards B. So then T1 are wanting to lock down B, and they know that this is the round that they like to do. Could have been a big 5-head game plan here potentially.
I think it's a cool decision from T1 to try to come out and mix it up and be a little bit aggressive, but
And the perfect thing happened, right? Numbers alive and the save comes in, so they all get 3,000. Only 1 gun rebuy.
That they have really prepared this bind.
So yeah, nice prep from coach or Laz potentially, or someone in the team.
This
Who
has
knows?
to be an eco on the other side. Instead of trying to go for a 2-way strike and try to fight against U-Haul, they just say, well, if we just push.
Man, I tell you what, it's weird to see. It's weird to see Zeta be like this, have this kind of style.
We got Sugar Zero waiting around the corner. Oh, they have no idea. Angle. He gets the 1 kill, but Saya fights
It's very
back.
fast for them.
Still 2 remaining here for Zeta. T1 on the hunt.
Yeah, but T1's able to pick up weapons now. And T1 Zeta, I mean, he's getting pushed all the way back, but he just has to stay alive.
There's a flash on top of it.
Rifles.
Yeah, they really need a kill.
Seeker's back there. It's going to be driven away. Pro is going to get the plant. This is doable here for T1, but if Zeta takes this, it's going to be a pretty rough loss here for T1.
Honestly, they have pretty good positions, because Laz is going to check all the spawns so they know it's a 3-person push from here or here. Crow is good util for this. Does he peek from heaven with that stun?
Back in. The paint shells chase Crow away.
Yes, he does. Gets
now
1.
they know where Crow is.
Crow's still there. He could still do this.
2 bullets.
Time battle. Wingman's already on the defuse, and he jumps right around the corner.
That was a sick round. I really like that. Very cool to see the Wingman with the defuse. And so another round on the board.
Good news for Zeta again is they won with only 1 person alive.
Round 6. And yeah, I mean, I gotta say, man, very cool to see the Wingman actually in play there.
Wingman's popping off. Honestly, yeah, it's the second defuse now, right?
Zeta just swinging right before the flash pops. He dodges it as well. Good decision. Now look at all the ults like you mentioned, even Showstopper 1 point away.
T1 have a lot of ults.
To regain control of this
They hide from the flash. So flash doesn't connect, so they know they're going to keep 3 people here. They over-rotate. Yeah, what are you doing? Where are you going, Munchkin?
So he's going to trigger the Viper's pit to basically make this undesirable.
Okay, Viper ult goes in. That's a nice flash over the top here, though. Flash to get info.
I mean, they have double duelists, right? So they can go above the pit, both of them.
We get the Nats ult coming in.
And there is a chance they might go for that. Rolling Thunder
Seekers goes out. 3-person.
Oh, Zeta with the shorty.
Rotate.
Gets that kill on the depth. Things not looking so good here. As they're going to try to infiltrate through that Viper's pit.
Yeah, this is where this comp starts to look a little bit bad. Like we're gonna look at this and be like, damn, this didn't look good. But in terms of their comp, they struggle to go get map control afterwards, right? They have no Viper. They don't know if anyone could have pushed up. So yeah, this was T1 doing good. But again, this is kind of just how ZETA's comp works. You take some map control, you head over towards the site. It's a little bit like your ranked games, to be honest. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, it's just how the comp works.
It's just, again, too many ults on the other side. The Seekers come out immediately. And just great support from Munchkin to keep that pit alive. Of course, T1 ZETA getting a kill of his own right off the bat as well. Just understanding that it's very possible that they try to jump over and enter from the other side of the pit.
A lot of ults here, they only use one. Sorry, they used two for that Seekers as well.
Constantly trying to pressure Hookah so early on, and he fires back.
Yeah, ZETA kind of stuck in the corner here, but as many as he can take down, he will. He already drops one, and ZETA bounces right back off of it, trying to find a new location. But we have the dog coming out here and looking down towards B long.
Yeah, it feels like T1 have got T1 have pretty much got to grips with what's going on here. You're seeing as soon as there's pressure, right? We look over at ZETA, just both of the mollies used instantly. But ZETA can kind of do that. Sorry, I meant to do there's too many ZETAs here.
Has already happened. Double flashes again.
Again, Laz is doing good. He's starting to pull this back. The question is, can they close it out? ZETA's going to hear the hop down and flanks to the side. Gets another spray and a kill.
Okay.
And that's going to be the 4th win here. T1 now in the lead in the first half.
Yeah, and then Eco's coming in. And maybe a timeout as well. So now, most likely, what you're going to see is like them 4-1 and try and get Util out and play a little bit slower. This becomes a bit of a nightmare now for ZETA because their main thing on the comp has been worked out. So now they need to go a little bit slower, try and catch some people off, get some map control and kind of play around the map. But again, with no Viper, you can't really do much over towards A short.
But once your macro play becomes so predictable, I mean, T1's just adjusted, right? And now they have the advantage knowing where you're going to be coming from. And so hopefully this timeout is used to say, all right, slow it down a bit. We got the early couple rounds with the speedy hits on B. Take it slow. Experiment with showers a bit. Make sure that T1 has to be spread out.
And, you know, it's a funny thing because we talk about a lot of times ZETA being, you know, they get spooked on pushes very easily. Well, they'll turn around.
T1 push more, and they're trying to just hold them in the choke points. I think it's not too bad. Either works.
And knowing how to do it and not just running in. It's good to see
it's
that
just
they
like
aren't just completely
it's one way of approaching it. Both work.
You
can either flank early behind, get a lot of map control once you hear loads of pressure, or you just early rotate and just get numbers behind your util.
How to more quickly reconfigure and come in with another angle or another strategy.
Are they squeezing out a buy here? Okay, they're squeezing out a buy. We have the attack judge, which means that we're going to try and go over towards short, double satchel into their lamps.
Of course, with the half armor meta, you'll always be able to get one extra.
Flash goes over towards B.
Right, Sai over here.
Big kill.
Shut down. Depth coming in. Things start looking pretty good here for ZETA,
but they haven't cleared backside yet, and Dizzy's buying just enough time. The Reckoning being used as well, but Sight already taken over.
Yeah, it doesn't want to give away the fact he has a judge.
Carpe made, no, he's not going to peek. Ten's not going to be able to use his judge for just a little bit. This spike is just starting to get planted. No, not yet, excuse me.
Yeah, the ZETA division recognize
though,
that all the backup is here, because they could just try to teleport out.
Yeah, it's a good point.
They don't have the info. Yeah, they don't have the info. That's why they're just holding on. Oh, and that's making T1 antsy. Right,
yeah, T1 maybe didn't peek together here.
Nice jump
from 10. Very sexy play there from 10, blowing Carpe away. And now they know where Munchkin is.
Okay, nicely done. Like this a lot in the end. A lot of this came down to the fast kill from Depp.
ZETA ties us up 4-4, and I gotta say that the timeout worked.
Yeah, and listen, again, just pushing showers, right? I mean, you didn't have to commit to it, but that alone, because T1's been so well prepped on the other side of the map, this should now shake up the default.
Yeah, there's a few important kills here. Definitely think T1 didn't
I will say, I thought Depp was overheating a bit,
swing back a sight, like
kind of execute in all the way through showers.
I'll draw it.
Been practicing in terms of the timing.
Didn't really swing this area that well.
His opponents off guard.
It was very 1-by-1.
Okay.
Some of the swings had util, but
We've got the Jet depth.
Okay, so now this is literally just trying to force this, trying to make sure they get the rotate, get the util out of them. Great pressure with the 1, and then we hit over towards here. They should be so fine. They took so much util off them. They can back off here.
Saya's still back here.
Yeah, they've got a lot of util out within the first 25 seconds. Like, look at this. Nade's gone. We've had 1 molly gone. Boombot's gone. Dizzy's out. Moshpit's done. Cove. Like everything. Dog, Flash, everybody util is gone. So this is a good way of playing. And it's just kind of how, with the game plan at the beginning, right, going fast. T1 knew that they had to use everything really early. So rounds like this thrown in is just perfect. Now they have no util to stop.
Is going to be trying to act as the bait now with the Sky over on Hookah.
Doesn't seem like T1 gets very shaken up by this, though.
Not yet. And they're holding a back position on A as well.
It's going to be a very hard sight hold. They need to go hero mode.
Oh, Ban gets peeked at an A short, though, and
nice
Dev with a nice kill on Evan as well.
Yeah, and again, I loved this idea. I loved it from them, and I thought the calling was really good. And I thought the initial plan was really good, and then the calling was really good to cancel their reactive A hit that they wanted to do with the fake on B. They realized they got too much util out of them. They can just move back a little bit, cut sound, create the question mark like they could be rotating to B, and then just late sight hit.
T1 can really get with this. I mean, basically, they're just going to turtle behind the truck. Sugar Zero takes Munchkin out. There's a point where you got to wonder, is it better to just try to save these guns?
Well, that point is now, it looks like, and I cannot blame them. I mean, sure, most of them can try to muster up the credits to buy again in the coming round, but it's already looking like it's way out of your hands as well.
All right, Carpe gets a good pick. It's a start, right? And so we're going to go into round 10 now. ZETA now back ahead. This is a real back and forth.
It's a nice bit of cash for ZETA as well with this. They should be buying for the rest of the half. You always expect the enemy to have judges. I mean, you look at the money a lot of the time. People only really buy judges when it's like they're forced down into it. People rarely throw them in when they have a lot of money. Honestly, the only people that I've seen do that is Sadak and Redguard. Out of all the pro games I've watched, I've only ever really seen that, and F4Q Bunny. I think that's it. Like when they have enough money to buy an extra gun, that's the only time.
They have to win the remaining 3 rounds, so with this timeout from T1,
Link, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, I wasn't including my own team, but that's because I made, that's because I made Trav do it all the time. Vanity, does Vanity not do it only when it's low money though, and he takes a hit, or is he actually been? Actually, I mean, I imagine he does. He loves the gun.
Picks right away here from ZETA. You know, they've been patient in a very ZETA way, going back and forth and not overextending, but they are getting that infiltration pulled off, where they actually come out, they take out whoever's guarding A or B, and then get a good setup. I feel like ZETA's in the kind of form we've been wanting to see them in since VCT Pacific started.
Yeah, and I mean, 10 back on that raise as well. It's looking good. Obviously, there was a time when he was kind of hard carrying as the raise for a while on the side of ZETA Division. Now, let's see what the adjustment is. Okay, so a 3-man stack out of B long.
A show match? I don't know anything about a show match. What day is it on? Don't tell me it's on the 28th. That's already the most ridiculous day. Okay, they hide from the flash again. On the lower final, I'm pretty sure I'm at a wedding that day. There's nothing. I'm out for that day. I can't do it.
Depp has been the perfect bait. Everyone comes through the teleport. He even gets one.
He's a genius.
Oh, this is
He's
wild.
a genius.
And he'll just take as many as he possibly
He's an
can
absolute
now.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, Carpe finally
that was
kill, but, like,
so good.
Late,
I can't express.
But what a read from ZETA Division. They understand that it's going to be a push out for one or the other, but thanks. I mean, the cherry on top was it was actually a teleport pinch, and the depth fake works exceptionally.
This is tough now. T1's going to try for that retake. Laz is going to be over.
that was really cool to watch.
He is a bit stuck, but it's just going to be a 1v1, so he has the util he needs.
All they got to do is buy time.
They're going to save.
Yeah, probably the better play, realistically, here. Try to get the next 2 after this. Laz, I don't think he's going to find anything here. This spike's going off. We're going to go into round 11. This will be a 6th win here for ZETA. Oh, nice. But T1, a 1-by-1. Yeah, maybe a little greedy there.
Yeah, Zeta Division just wants to take at least one more gun out of their hands.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's fine. Their money's great. They're buying for the rest of this half. They can do what they want.
When I say fairly, I actually mean just ridiculously rich.
They're loaded.
They are.
Yeah, deep pockets.
Give me that replay.
Go into the next round. We've got Dep here.
Give me the replay, surely.
10 as well. You know, Showstopper.
Chat, someone clips it. I'll play it at the halftime.
So
I want to watch it again.
Probably see that use coming up here.
Okay, Team 1, they're buying down. They are throwing everything in the first half on this round. Try to get to 5 and ideally a 6-6 score line. Zeta Division, they've slowed things down. This is an all-in on A short. Guess what? T1, they've already pushed out. Zeta has to go.
All right, Dep moving in. Showstopper. Gonna be inbound here.
Keep an eye on this double push. It's very early on. Like, it's very, very early. Oh, they expect it? Laz is... Man, look how smart they are today. What's going on here? Sick. They're all over it. They look kind of comfy with this comp.
Hold that flank. Good mosh pit.
All right, it's a bit of a trade out here. Sugar Zero gets another. Just Zeta and Munchkin left over. Spike is taken away. Dep gets Zeta. And now it's just Munchkin left.
So low, though.
Yeah, very
impossible. Nicely done. Shout out to Laz. Savior. Gets the kill on it as well, but the most important thing was the info. They hit the site, and 25 seconds he's checking behind. It's good. They're very aware.
But times like that one where they say, okay, we understand that we've given up the rest of the map, so we're just going to power through nice and early. It does work out because they have a double duelist comp. They even have people watching the flank. A very well done execute, and again, it changes up the tempo, which keeps T1 guessing even until the last round of the half.
It was very impressive, and it's really exciting to see Zeta now in the lead. T1 not looking bad, but clearly not able to really control this defender side as we get further along in here.
Okay, so guiding lights came out from both skies. The defense on B long, attackers on showers, but this means Zeta Division, they're continuing to fish for information on A, keep the possibility open of a rotate. However, what they don't know is this is a 4-1 stack.
Yeah, well, let's not forget that the duel or the big fight on Viper's Pit earlier on in this half backfired, right? They may have a little bit less confidence trying to come in there again.
Oh no, I think they're gonna.
He doesn't spam this though, right? I've seen some teams in America start doing that.
They're going through the Viper's Pit again with the Rolling Thunder, and then just swarm onto A site. I'm curious to see if T1 bites on this or not. Otherwise, there's no reason. Okay, that is going to be the plan.
Breach short fake over towards B. Let's keep an eye.
Oh no, they're gonna pull back around.
Yeah, the guiding light came out way too early.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Laz insta flashed here. Makes up for it with that kill though. There's still 3 people here, yeah. They didn't leave enough time between the fake and hitting the site. It was gonna work. There was a 3-person rotate coming in. But yeah, they just they faked and then they like insta flashed showers, so it didn't make much sense.
Gonna wrap around here.
Not much you can do.
Yeah, I mean 10 seconds left because all you can do is try, right?
Okay.
So it's gonna be 5-7.
It was a nice half to watch though. I liked it from everyone. T1 did good, Zeta did good, understood their comp really well.
That last round,
and then T1 tried a lot against it as well. I thought it was good. Pushes down here, pushes fast behind, loads of stacks over towards the site.
Absolutely, sure.
It was great.
It's just that with the prep, I mean, again, who knows what they've prepped on the defensive side? We don't know yet, but just going off of fearing, going off of how good T1 has looked on it.
I'm gonna go for the Twitch one because I want to flashbang you. Okay, chat, turn away. 3, 2, 1.
Itself was a fine idea, and they actually had plenty more time left on the clock. But because they didn't, because they heard a couple footsteps over by.
Oh my God, it's so good.
They rushed the guiding light to try to entry in, and at that point they've been stopped by the harbor as well.
It's just incredible.
And it all falls apart. So Zeta Division not really doubling down enough on their fake on that last round.
Yeah, it wasn't quite sold. At least the T1. The T1 does get control of that.
And there's a Seekers on him as well, right?
To see this next pistol round. As T1's going to be on the attacking side.
Yeah, it's so good. How can they not hear him? It's LAN. It's LAN, and they're probably like comming, and also there's loads of util that are getting used here. Voice lines as well from the Seekers and stuff like that coming in. It's a lot.
You know, the idea is obviously whenever it comes to the Harbor Vipers, you can cut up the map to smaller pieces.
Is this a unicorn eating a cat? What am I looking at here?
I just couldn't comprehend it, so I tried to ignore
I
it.
couldn't handle it. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so used to the weird stuff that I just kind of looked at it and was just like, yeah, honestly, fair enough.
Still try to leapfrog forward,
Don't know what it is,
but
but
the idea is you've got guiding lights coming off
just
of cooldowns.
accepted it.
You're able to refresh Dizzy and Wingman's cooldowns as well. So that means you can use the Trailblazer early as a drone or a stun. I mean, there's just so many times trying to break it down. When I looked back at the VOD, they can basically, T1 can get a advantageous duel like every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Because of the way the cooldowns come off across those two initiators. And so the idea that DRX had when they were going up against T1 was just back up once the initial flashes happen, then swarm in during that 10-second window, see if Zeta Division does the same.
Now we've got Depp here with the Sheriff. We want to watch for any possible Sheriff picks that kind of sandbag real
pistol
progress from T1 trying to overwhelm.
Was this? It's 2-1 in terms of pistols.
Round in the second half here. Almost dead even.
0-1 in terms of this map.
Ooh, no util use early from T1. That makes Zeta wonder what exactly is going on. They're finally going to hear the Trailblazer coming into U-Hall.
They clear that out. Nobody's going to be inside. But Depp here with this Sheriff.
The flash behind to see if they push showers. Interesting.
And it becomes a pretty easy round to clear up. He fires, he misses. And this is going to be a very quiet plan. Carpe is going to get it set up. Laz did get Zeta.
Yeah, but the TP comes out, and they'll be able to try to get Showers control as well. Now T1 responds in kind. They're going to try to flank around into Showers from behind as well.
So they're going to leave Gecko over here to U-Hall. Carpe has to have this position very, well, keep this for as long as possible.
Ooh.
The rest of the team's going to be able to come back. Saya finds one. His 10 goes down. Laz starts to defuse. Where's the interruptions?
It's not happening.
Oh my God.
The Showers backup is way too late. He's going to be able to hold
Damn,
it.
the instant stick.
Yeah.
The instant stick. 0-2. 2-2 in terms of pistols, 0-2 on this map. That was nice. Felt a little bit like an icebox retake there. Just straight up smoke the spike, insta stick it. Everyone create the chaos so they can't fully spam it.
With the brimstone smoke as well, it's always going to be harder to just jump into it. Meanwhile, Zeta, they kind of push out from either side of their own smoke to secure
double
that
pistol.
defuse. And then
Right.
the flank was too late. It didn't even matter.
He had a satchel. Yeah, could have saved them. Could have blown him off the spike.
Very frustrated T1.
3 pass and stack over towards this. Makes a lot of sense with the breach. Like breach is even doing this majority of the time.
Into B from long, but Hookah's going to be probably the area of entry if they come in.
All right, well, the smoke comes out. I mean, that is going to be a tough one to jump out of.
Okay. We need to pay attention.
Yeah, you got to start checking for B long as well, so the jump peaks
Got
are coming
4
out.
stingers.
They finally
Man, it's a very good buy. The good news for Zeta is they bought a lot into it, and that nade's incredible. And that flash is a team flash. Holy hell.
Control here of the B site.
That was sick from Crow. He did great in this one.
Possible. So they're going to clear this out. This is going to be a 9th Zeta win here on the board. Good move to at least farm out that orb, right?
Yeah, I mean, right under their noses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're looking at all the guns here, just thinking, damn, that was a force and we owned it this bad.
Come in here, try to grab a gun too. They're really leaving him alone.
Yeah, they just don't want to take any risks.
That was a funny.
Before they got that kill, waited for the swing behind.
Like
Okay, nicely done. 4 people survive, and there's some upgrades as well.
Yeah, he just had to
There's an extra
around.
bulldog there they managed to get. So
right away,
I better
now
hope
they
I'm
have to
killing people
eco.
so fast that I'm just wherever I move to next, the next person's gonna die. Man.
I mean, the support from the forces on Garden, right? Crow and Laz able to support 10 on the site. 10 also picking a note from DRX's defense, making sure that he's playing around the tube where you cannot get flashed. Was able to hold on to the site. A great round from Zeta Division, and now they switch it up. It's their bonus. Sure, it's still 4 Bulldogs, but instead of putting a lot of forces on B, they're trying
They have
to
4
prep
people over
for
towards A
movement
at the
on
beginning.
A, and now that they hear the util, so they're all going to rotate over. This is a heavy rotate.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to send 2 back. Now the spike's not clearly
What the
committed to any one place. It's really
It's good timing on the spam.
Fish for a little bit more information here. Crow doesn't see anything down here.
Yeah, and T1, they bought down just
Flash went over towards long and hit one.
Into the next round, so they cannot use their util willy-nilly, right?
Nice
You
shot.
have to buy that back, it's going to be rough. Carpe
Well,
with an amazing
that
shot.
might open this up a
give
little
Temp
bit.
a haircut there.
And they get the passing into lamps as well.
And the spike is going to be quietly couriered up here into B long. This is a flimsy position as well.
This
here.
is
It's
nice.
just Laz.
Gonna get a good amount of info. Does he
So
see
they're gonna
both?
see Trailblazer come
Feels like
out.
he does because you have a
Oh,
double
Saya here's
rotate.
both
Does
of them
that open the
rotating.
door up for this?
Oh, and the
Yes,
site is
and
clear. They
we
have
have
showers
pushing
control
behind them as well.
well.
We have a flank on a flank. Oh my god, it's weird. TP goes in, so Raze
And they're gonna
stays
come
here.
in
He's
A.
waiting for this
Just a really
rotate.
good maneuvering.
But it made this so much going on.
10 is ready. I mean, there was a knife in hand there for Sugar Zero.
You have a Munchkin from behind. The
good
Seekers are
nade.
coming up to 10's position. He's just trying to push through. He actually
Wow,
gets 2
he
kills
did great.
for his
Did the
troubles.
gun go in the TP as well?
It's 10. Saya gonna have to wrap in a U-Haul. Just Crow and Lazar, they need to get this spike defused. Not a lot of time left.
Yeah, they have to push through U-Haul. Meanwhile, Munchkin trying to secure the round from Showers.
Nice shots
Good
again.
side switching there. And it's just Crow left over once again, by the way. And that's
Okay,
gonna
nice
be it.
shots went into
Saya
this
with a
round.
shot to the dome.
Yeah, really
Brings
strong.
this up 6-9.
Strong aimers.
And
And they get double
T1,
upgrade
a
as
very
well. It's a
important win
huge
for
round
them.
for T1.
they are starting to stabilize.
All right.
Pretty
T1.
close to some ults as
Now
well.
they
One
can
away
buy
from
up
ban,
into this round.
one away from fish ult as well.
Most of
Oh
them
god, we're
can
one
buy
away from a
as
lot of
well.
ults.
That shot from Carpe is wild.
Yeah, that's just a sink shot. And I mean, listen, they went for that force buy in the second round. We didn't touch upon that too much, but they had to pay for their troubles. They actually, get it in spades here with that thrifty.
Sheriff gods, yeah.
Push out of
Yeah, the game
short.
yesterday was
But
good.
again,
I like
decent
this
adjustments, right?
4-person
They say,
crunch
okay,
over towards here. They have a
T1
dog
loves
that
to
clears
fight
this
B
and they
long
double
control, so
push
let's just
showers.
push out. It's
But
actually
then in
just
terms
the
of this,
two
they take
duelists.
B
They're gonna come in for
with a
the
lot of
retake from
util, and they're
behind.
going to go over and they're
Yeah.
going to get a plant.
And I mean,
Someone's
if they
going to
can
get an
seal
ult here,
off,
right?
Get an elbow here and control this. It's going to be entry through door.
Yeah,
It's going to be
fish
a
ult.
headache. We do have a double push coming up through the garden.
Fish goes in, goes elbow.
And we're going to watch Depp come
They
here now.
insta-shot
Depp
it.
immediately,
Depp gets an important kill.
outs Munchkin. Saya getting a
Oh!
double.
Wow, Saya did great holding this. Still a 3 on 3.
Elbow is under the control of T1 for now.
Oh.
We've got Pro on the outside, but he's going to need some work down here from 10 in order to get anything
Harbor
done.
ult just
10
went
starts
out.
it.
Keep an eye on this.
Yeah, meanwhile, Band's
Saya
already used
decides
his
to
reckoning,
push
right,
all
so
the
he
way
cannot
round after
stick
getting the
with
2K, and they
Saya's
think he's
already
still
on the
elbow.
flank. Crow cannot respond in time.
Oh, showstopper. And that's
Oh,
gonna
what a
be
hero
it.
round from
Nuking
him.
Zeta
What
there.
a hero
7
round.
to 9.
Damn,
T1 fighting
it's
back.
impressive.
The game of catch-up is real.
Oh, it's happening. I mean, the momentum
2-4 loss
now
bonus
leaning
for
towards
Zeta. They have to low buy this one. They can get okay guns.
relatively stabilize on the side of T1 if they can just win one more. Of course, it would
Nice
be
reaction
absolutely
from them
secure.
in terms of what was going on
Now,
to
Zeta
the other
is
side of the
with
map.
the half armors, they cannot all buy, so curious to see
But
what
yeah,
their
this was
decision is.
just
Yeah,
individually
round there
great.
from T1. And perfect use of the showstopper just to ensure they close that out.
All right, so 2 members buy
This
up.
is
It's a decent low buy. The good news for T1 is they used a lot of ults into this, right? Literally, I mean, was it 4? I can't remember if Seekers was involved, but it was at least 3.
Zeta Division, mind you, they can all buy.
I think they're just going to send 10 down here to try to nuke the hull, but Saya gets the flank. And so that showstopper's going to have to wait for another round. A little bit too ambitious, I think, there.
Well, and the rifle gone as well, right? That was one of the 2 rifles, or 3 rifles they bought up from Zeta Division. Now, what I was going to say was because of the half armor, they can all still buy the half armor rifles into the next round, but this is already looking.
Why did Saya change his name from Spider? I mean, he was called Saya player in Overwatch, right? Wasn't it something stupid? Wasn't it like the... Didn't someone in the old... Was it the old T1 told him to change name or something because Saya player wasn't good? Or something really dumb like that?
Covering the wraparound as well.
All right, and they're just going to fly in here. Oh my God, Saya with a kill in the tube. He's taken out in return. Carpe going to come out on top. They do
It's a nice overwhelm.
From the bottom.
Strong hit. Dude, the harbor site hits look really good over towards B.
Bro, dude, you see this like pattern. I don't want to pick on Crow, but he has these moments he's swinging out, and it's hard for him to find.
Yeah, it's a 1v3. It's you can't pick on him for that.
Made him
right?
change
He's
it.
left
Dude,
alone.
I find
He
that
was the
so
one tasked
weird.
with holding A-site
Imagine
for
someone,
info.
unless your gamer name
I'm
is
just
like,
saying it's rough.
Yeah, it's
It's
rough.
offensive,
And the thing
or
is,
you're
in
like,
that one, he chose to focus on Cubby
man, what was that guy in
because he saw, I
Overwatch
believe,
called?
Pop the barrel. So, you know, he flipped the coin, he chose
There was
his
like,
battle,
was it like
but
Cool Bob
that's a rough
69
one.
or something?
Now, what I will say in
I can't remember.
was
There was
Saya
something
player.
like that.
He's adjusted. Now
There's
that
something
learned
like
what
that.
DRX does
Cool
or
Matt.
did to
Is
them
that
on
it? Cool
defense
Matt 69, yeah.
on
Unless
B
it's
site,
something like that.
He double blast packs around the other side of
Then
team
I
and
think,
gets into it
then
to
I
eliminate those defensive
understand
forces,
changing it.
so-
But anything else, like side players, I think it's sick. I like it.
Ooh, Depp escapes. I don't know what they're going to find down here. I mean, basically, Depp wants to get a kill or two.
Yeah, but there's just way too many walls of water. And
Am I disrespecting it?
get out of
Hey,
there.
I'm just saying I would
keep that
understand an
space, so
org telling
bit
Cool Matt
unfortunate.
69
They
to change his
Seekers
name
early to
over
try to
Sire
prevent
player.
Depp
That's all
indeed,
I'm
but
saying.
of course they do have a lot of old
Like
stand
that
up,
for
so
me,
I
I
wouldn't say
understand
that's
it.
a
Not that I would
wasted
ever tell a
opportunity, but
person to change
more
their
of the
name unless it was
unfortunate one for
offensive,
Zeta.
because it's just like that's weird.
Well, they're going to come right back.
But
to
I
where
understand
they
it more.
wanted to come in to begin with. It's going to be at least a poke into A. Depp is going to be here on the side.
Oh,
This should
fault
give him a
line.
good swing. He just doesn't see anybody. An unfortunate moment. He's going to back out of U-Haul now.
Okay, massive
And
buy
it's
round.
going to be T1 coming on site.
Especially for ZETA, they can't buy after this. It's a
As well, but the
big
Rolling
ult.
Thunder
Where's
is
my
able
spray
to
at?
stop the
Where's my
push.
ult at? Look
Oh
at the
my
combos
gosh,
coming
they
in.
are
That's a
all stuck
double.
in there. That's a double kill.
Oh, Munchkin gets that kill.
Totally nuked, but you know what? It's
10 has
still
his
doable.
ult. Might want to use
T1's
it. He's
got
miles
3-3.
away. Whoa,
Munchkin.
Crow.
Oh my god.
On your own?
The fact that ulti was spent like that and they might not take this is huge.
Nice kill,
Zeta might
Sugar
make it
Hero.
worth it, though. Sugar Zero
Might be
gets that
another
kill.
round. Mate,
No
he needs
plan
to
yet.
wait.
15
He
seconds.
needs to
Yeah, Sugar
wait
just
for
needs to wait
10,
until
and 10
10
needs to
gets
use
here.
his ult. Is there a gun upgrade?
Stopper
Oh, that was really early.
tried to get it over those boxes.
Yeah. Crazy moment there.
What
Sugar Zero does
a
double.
round.
The ace for Sugar
What an absolute
Zero.
round from him.
Sick
The ult
play
double
there
kill
by Sugar.
combo, and then
They're
wins the
gonna get that defused. They're gonna
one-on-one,
get that 10th
and
win.
then gets to them here as
They're
well.
gonna stop T1
Double
from
1v2.
catching
That was
up.
sick. Important round for them as well.
Wow,
Money.
what a round,
Money
man.
is not here.
It was a
So
crazy
they had to
moment,
win
too,
this.
when you think about the fact that they nuked the position, and then
It's
it was
the
just
actual
a 3
Sugar
versus 3
Hero.
where it's like, well, hold on a second.
Well,
This
right.
might still be doable.
Yeah, this moment right here. I mean, Depp even knew to check that little sliver away from the orbital strike, and Munchkin almost makes a
Ooh,
heroic
nice
attempt
shots.
at recovering the round. but
Really
Sugar
nice
Zero
shots.
continues to
Oh,
stay
he's-
calm and collected.
He's calm with it. A little nod, and that's all we get. Damn.
All right. Round 19. Getting to the twilight here on Bind. We do have Depp here. Blade Storm ready. Zeta with Viper's Pit. They can find the situation to use it in. Depp on the hunt.
And Zeta Division has returned to their initial default of just focusing to fight back on B long with the fault line and guiding light. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not
This
sure
allows
about
the
that
timing
one.
for Munchkin. He's already close. Depp has no idea. Oh, but the
Timing on it.
Depp fires
Gets
from the
info as
hitman.
well with the
Beautifully
dash.
done.
Rotates
But they're gonna get
coming.
this
I
Viper's
say
Pit
rotates
down.
coming in, but they push
Depp is shot
behind
right
and he
out of the
goes for an
sky.
extra
Gonna
kill and they
get to the
pluck
rest
him
of
out
the
the
team and try
air.
to retake
Double
this.
TP.
This is
Ult
tough. Depp
plant
was
goes down, sorry,
trying
with
to
the Viper.
pick off one extra member
There's not
as
many
the
places
pit's
to
going
hide in
up.
this
I don't
Viper ult.
mind
They
the
can just
timing,
spam
but
for a
now-
long time here. Yeah,
to push
keep on
through.
spamming.
Yeah.
I'm
Down to
fine for
3
them
here
to
for
spam for the
T1.
next 10 seconds, to be honest.
Spam that's shot into the, the smoke. Can't quite connect anything just yet.
They have guiding light as well. It is available. Double flashes on Breach as well.
And still back
Yeah, I
up.
love
Gets
that.
another
There
one.
we go. They
Oh,
got
the
2
pick
kills from the
goes down.
spams. Really well read.
Right, it's just Saya left over, and
Nice
then there's
from
none.
them. That was
This
good.
is going
It's
to be the
good.
11th
Good
win here for
back-to-back rounds.
And I love the way that they use everything they had in terms of utility to just clear out the
In
pit,
terms of the
right?
money,
They're just slowly
T1
inching in after
have a
they get the
2-4
initial
loss
kill,
bonus on top
and
of
then
this,
the
so they can't buy.
aftershock forces
These two can't.
Viper out of that corner.
Timeout.
But he had no vision. Crow had no vision.
Yeah, they
When
have to-
he
they have
uses
to
the
low
aftershock,
buy
he
and
knows,
it's
well, if you
11-8.
are there, you would have to move. So I'm just going to spray you down. Gets the kill onto T1 Zeta.
Very expensive round all around here. But yeah, I mean, the patience thrown there from Zeta was very important there. They eventually clear that out, get that final kill. And Zeta's looking to probably bring us into a map 3 unless we really start to see some clutch play here from T1. So a timeout's called on the side of T1. They need to figure out how to get those 4 wins. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, and this has to be a huge
T1,
timeout.
I
The fact
think
they have
the
no
reason
money.
that they're
I mean, they
looking
have
a lot
sheriffs,
weaker
though. I
is
guess we
one of the
gotta
biggest strengths was
gotta
the
give them
battle
that.
of B main, right? You go to B long, and you're able to at least secure control of Garden, and then you can kind of do whatever you so wish.
All right, so coming into this, the question is, how does T1
Yeah, exactly,
string this
Keith.
together
They are
without
sheriff
allowing
demons.
Zeta to then try to go into that overtime. I mean, ideally, you want to close this out 13-11. That's a real Hail Mary at this point in time. It's possible that we are going to be going to overtime no matter what, but realistically, if ZETA can keep adapting, they squeak by with 2 and move on.
Well, let's see. What is T1's adjustment? Okay. For now, I mean, it is a wonky buy as well, just evening it out for the next round with the
No sheriffs?
So,
it's probably good
T1
news for
does this,
ZETA,
right?
to be
Whenever
honest.
they're kind of pushed up
2
against the
rifles.
edge, they then commit to the half armor to get that 1 extra round should they be able to string a couple together and lose weapons. They're also refocusing on
The
belong. They
good
say,
news
okay, even though
for
they're prepped
T1
for it,
is
let's just see what we
ZETA
can
are
do with it, right?
miles away
If
from their
there
orcs
is
apart from
opposition,
Sugar
they just
Hero.
won't commit.
So we're going to see some action up here in the hookah. Got that harbor wall coming up. That's going to give them the opportunity to maybe try to peek out. They're going to counter smoke that.
All right, just leaving the first step. ZETA Division always willing to just kind of give up.
Nade's going to be good again.
Uh-oh, 10.
Oh.
Caught
Oh,
behind
how'd this flash not hit?
everything.
Did it just not
10
pop?
getting beaten up over there.
It's a strong
Looks like they're
shutdown.
gonna be
There's a
coming
lot
in
of people
now.
here.
Yeah, but they've been stopped. I mean, this has been figured out. The hold on
Yeah, there's
B-side.
a lot of people here.
Oh my god, it's just
The
munchkin
rotate
left.
was great. The util was
This looks
great
so
as well.
impossible.
They're just stopping the hits. It's
Spike
sites.
is marooned on
At
the
least
site.
B
Can't
site
quite
is
get
just
to it
on
yet.
lock. It really is.
Just hide
No
shooting
way.
the boom bot.
Yeah. And I mean, what do you do, right? There's no incentive for them to try to move out, so they do get
Okay,
that final
4
kill. ZETA
chances.
almost there to
4
bring us
chances
that
to close
map
this one
3.
out.
Oh, man. I mean, that B-side hit is getting figured out, right? That tube is doing God's work for T1's
They got
opposition
Harbor
as
Ult,
it saves them
1
from
away
getting
from
hit by
Razor,
all
1 away
this
from Fish Ult,
utility.
so maybe
And
these
then the
orbs right
counter
now are pretty
utility, right?
important. We'll see how
breach
both teams are going to
able
approach
flash
that.
out from the tube, right? Able to fault line out from the tube, things like
Yeah,
that.
heavy fight over
the
towards
top
long, and it
counters
looks
are
like
starting to
I see
play.
a ping. I see a ping as well. 4-person
ZETA
fighting for it.
knows
Oh
they
man, they're
just
all
need to get
fighting
that
for the
final
orbs.
win. T1's gonna be
They're all
fighting
fighting
out
for the
that
same orb.
overtime.
This is gonna be nuts.
I mean, it really looks
They
like
pushing
ZETA's
down, do you
got
reckon?
control of the defender's side now on this map. We're gonna have another push
Yeah.
out here. Maybe they're hoping that this time it's gonna work out against T1, and so far it doesn't.
Yeah, but the orbital strike comes out. It does get one. Allows
Man,
the
Laz,
sightline for
Laz wins the
another as
duel
well.
on top of this as well. They've got
And now
enough.
a
They should
thin
fall
down
back
T1
now.
is gonna have to
These
flee.
two have passed
There is
each
a
other.
lurk
How
over
did that
here from
happen?
Deb.
Dep's
They
gonna
have
get
no
2.
connector.
Oh,
What?
okay.
That's
for
so
one
fast from Carpe. What the
Well, they've
hell?
already got
And they have
ZETA,
no idea that he's
the
going to be
player
here.
over
Oh
here on
boy.
A. And
Wait,
so
they're
I think
walking.
Carpe can come
They're
up here with a
expecting it.
plan, but we need to see how ZETA handles the peak of 3 players moving down.
Oh, God.
Surely you flash every corner for ZETA Division. They pinged it already. They understand that the danger is here.
Oh, and he's going to wrap around.
He wants to just play it safe. Footstep. Don't know if ZETA Division
Smoke
picked up
misses
on
the
that.
spank.
All right, we're going to have a swing. All right, he gets the first. Carpe detained.
Oh, Carpe was detained by his
Carpe
own crash. It hit
ulted
the wall.
himself.
But
It's just
T1
Crow.
Oh, man.
It's always just Crow. He starts to defuse.
Can he do it? He's going to hold to half.
And Carpe gets a big play there by T1.
So he must
Big
have.
moment.
So basically, he fishes out, wants to get info, goes
Very
back. I'm not
good,
sure if he got
work
info
back
here or
there.
here, but he went to go
And,
get
you know, it's
info,
funny 'cause
and
what
then he
ZETA
tried to
opened
jump
up
it
the
back to
round with
himself
actually
to try
worked,
and pick
right?
it up.
Yes.
It was from there they weren't able to pull
Hits
it together.
himself with
Even
his ult.
having Death all the way
That's
back
so
into the
good.
Connector to try to get that pick was good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Imagine
you know,
it's on the
twists of fate
replay.
where T1, ZETA, and Dep kind of crisscross each other, don't find info on each other, and Dep was able to go on the lurk, but unfortunately not able to secure both kills. Even then, I mean, the
That's
numbers
incredible.
again
Okay, 4
favor
chances down
ZETA
to
Division,
3. They
but
still have
now
Razor
actual
to enter
matter
the
at
site
hand,
here.
now
Judge comes
Showstopper
out.
Villain
Money's
T1.
still
They
pretty
keep having
good.
these singular ultimates to try to string together these rounds.
All right, Showstopper coming through. I don't know if he's going to find a target yet.
Does Dep
He's
pop
gonna
his dash
swing.
for this?
He finds one.
Nice,
but
he dodged.
Dep was too high in the air to be killed off.
Yeah, Dep did good. Where the hell is this kill
Now
from?
holding on to backside, T1 ZETA's getting pushed out very far.
Mate, 10's in here with
And still
a Judge. Picks up his
inside
teammate's
there.
gun.
Can't quite get out.
Oh
And
god,
that's going to be its own duel back
he
there.
disrespected the smoke.
Saya just hanging out in U-Haul now. Are they going to be able to push in? Oh my god, suddenly T1 making it look easy.
Saya!
Okay,
Wow,
good news for ZETA is they
flawless
saved a
victory
lot
there
of money
for
for this. It
T1.
kind of was a low
Keeping
buy,
the
10
dream
board to
alive.
Judge.
Wow, Saya player
Yeah,
doing
gotta
whatever
pause
he
this.
can to keep T1 alive. alive, try to close this
T1
out.
have no
to a
ults. I think
2-0
ZETA
victory.
don't have
They've
any
already
ults
won
either.
Haven 13-10. They do not want to let ZETA Division close this one out and have to go to map 3, which is Fracture.
Yeah.
And that's why you're a caster of that right there.
His elevated table.
Yeah,
Makes my shoulders hurt
on
every time I see him play
demonstration.
on it.
That's just a trademark, right?
Yeah. So, another timeout. Things couldn't be more dramatic. This time it's for ZETA.
Okay, 4 chances and half go down to a 2. This is the last timeout. We're going to see 2 more chances. They have good money into this one. And again, I think no one has ults. I could be wrong.
And what's weird is some of the strats, even the first part of it worked. They just weren't able to then, I guess, for lack of better words, just with gunplay or peaks, kind of close it out, kind of wrap it up. A lot of these opening strats, you're trying to come in there, okay, let's get 2 peaks, let's get them in a weird position, let's just confirm they're not an A or B, and set something up. But yeah, ZETA in that last, the game before that, or sorry, the round before that last round, not quite able to pull it off.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't mind the 3-man default over by B long, but T1 cannot fight for showers control that easily. I would love to see ZETA Division focus on that a bit more. And it looks like they will, except this time it is 4 members on A, so just combating that entirely. Now, that will still allow for a flank retake. It worked once before, so see if T1 remembers the possibility of this.
Okay, a push up into B, and it's just going to be Sugar.
Ooh,
Def
they
already.
push
ZETA,
this.
that was
What's the
fast.
instant
Yeah, the
reaction?
Trailblazer spots him, even gets the stun off
Yeah,
right
they
away.
trade a kill
T1
for
has
this.
to go in now. They understand that their flank is entirely open.
And yeah, I'm so fine for him to use his smoke for this as well.
And backup's already here.
If he wants to hold map control. I know it's crazy.
All right, Ban's going to be the one in elbow trying to fight this. Saya hanging around the corner. Nobody's pushed through just yet.
Yeah, Mosh Pit buys time. But Ban is holding on to elbow
Gotta
for
flood
the
out.
time being. And Saya, he gets 2 and he's still alive.
God. He's still here. They're getting
God.
shut down. That's going to be it. It's
Holy hell.
11-12.
Okay, one last
more win
chance.
from T1, and we're going to overtime.
2-9 loss
You can
bonus on
tell
top of
that
this. They
ZETA
can get light
Division
armor and
is
guns.
getting a bit
4
ruffled.
chances,
Yeah,
almost
they-
all gone.
As
One
soon as
last
they get the
chance.
kill, instead of
They
going
have
for a fast flank,
a
they hear
lot
that
of
they're
ults.
already on the entry, and they say we have the numbers advantage. Let's regroup. But here's the thing: if you cannot actually
2 away
take
from a lot of
elbow,
ults if
just
you're
keeping them from
T1
coming
as
in
well.
does not do you any good. You still have to only go through the door at that point.
Yeah, I mean, Saya holding that angle was huge, and I love the way that ends there with Munchkin and the shorty into the Vandal. Getting the
Nice
final
reaction
kill.
again from T1 from the
I think
push.
you might be right, William. It does feel like the feathers are getting a little ruffled here for ZETA Division, so to speak. And so now a pretty quiet start from T1. I think they're trying to see, is anybody just going to poke out? We've seen ZETA do that a couple times already. Will they feed into us, perhaps?
Oh, I like the idea, right? That's been one of the weak points of T1's composition is they can't fight for showers control too easily on attack. Well, if you have an operator, if they push out, you'll be able to secure that one. Meanwhile, on ZETA Division,
Wait, did they have a double op? They just have money, right? And they just dropped it. Who was the other person that had it? Sky?
Maybe
Was it the person
think about
holding
using
this?
the Seekers around the 40-second mark if an entry still hasn't happened.
Is he going to be able to get this pick?
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
He gets the first.
Huge pick. They
That's
weren't
big.
expecting this one.
That's huge. You just
That
have
was
to
an
mention
ult,
the
right?
Seekers already
10 had
used. They
ult,
know
I'm
that
pretty
this is
sure.
an A-side
Oh,
hit.
that's a
Whoa,
nice.
Depp finds one.
It's a nice reply with that.
And Depp could just end up gunning everybody down. But Munchkin gets him, and this is bad for the A side if you're ZETA.
The Rolling Thunder trying to buy time, but Saya player's already in. He is not affected.
He
Showstopper
gets
out
his,
in
got
his
two.
hands.
Got 2 kills into this round. Gets his
Just
ult.
try to fire one over
They're
there.
expecting the flank
Towards
behind.
you
They
all,
know that
doesn't
it's
find
here.
the target.
2v4.
It's just Crow and Laz left over.
And they're so far apart. They have to win their individual
Oh,
duels, and
no.
Laz cannot do it. Crow all alone once again.
Man, the
It's always
4
Crow,
chances.
Unfortunately so, and you know, he's got the impossible task ahead of trying to win this 1 versus 4. A patient T1 is going to hang back.
I mean, the last round, you got to do what you can, but there are just too many angles to check, and it ends with a
4 chances
shorty.
fully gone. And they won
That
double
is
pistol, so
insane.
you
All
would
right, we're
favor
gonna be in
T1 in
overtime
this.
now. Remember, if ZETA loses here, they're gone. They're out of ECT Pacific. They will not be playing in Tokyo in front of the Japanese fans. If they win, we're going to go into map 3. If T1 wins, this is over. It's a 2-0.
Yeah, if T1 wins, they get a chance to rematch once again against Gen G to fight for that final spot to go to Masters Tokyo. But ZETA Division, I mean, so many fans around the world, and this is nothing against T1, But everyone, I think, just hopes to see a Japanese team play in front of their home crowd at Masters Tokyo, and ZETA Division is the only last hope alive.
Oh, man. I mean, this is so epic. It's been such a good back and forth. I think ZETA's brought a very improved version of themselves here to map 2 on Vine. T1, they fought back really well. Let's not forget, it really kind of looked like ZETA Division was going to walk out of this
This animation thing, yeah, it's cool.
We're going to decide this on Fracture, but here we are now.
Oh man, now
All the
of
AR
course
stuff
switch
is just really
sides
cool in this.
once again. I mean, the attack overall was better for the side of ZETA Division, and as it should be considering the compositions.
That's just the most frustrating team to support. Honestly, I think you might be on for. Yeah, I think you might be on for that. It's crazy how close they get some of these games.
Right, ZETA here on that attacking side. T1 ready to defend.
I think it's between you and 100 Thieves, maybe? ZETA and 100 Thieves?
Okay, so it looks like T1, the idea is just don't give up backside of A. Let's try to delay as long as possible. You've got paint shells, you've got mosh pit.
Yeah, they're the feels like they're the fans that go through the most ups and downs.
Right.
Close comebacks, etc.
Entry point of A.
T1 on defense, ZETA on attack. Looks like we're gonna bust it. They get a good amount of. They're not gonna walk contact on overtime.
Oh, 10 finally gets spotted, but do they know that Depp is already in? He dashes forward.
Oh, it's a nice nade.
All right, and Depp is immediately shot down by Ban.
Oh, the flash came in a little bit too late.
But only for a second.
Wingman going out just to delay even further. They are holding on to backside. Now it comes down to Sugar Zero. Can he get a kill in the crossfire?
Carpe still trying to get some shots in there. 10 waiting here with the shorty. Oh,
nice
Sugar
shot.
Zero gets one. Ban out of the picture.
Yeah, they take the TP,
well, so
try and make a reaction. So they take the TP, they try and push a reactions for them to take lamps.
Look at this, T1's not budging.
Oh, not expecting that one.
I mean, they were on the rotate, but they come right
Flash
back.
goes into lamp. Does he wanna?
It's a 3v3 on the site.
Mate, Shorty is so dumb. Look how many people are using Shorty in overtime.
Try to wrap around.
Nice shot.
With a great pick.
Yeah, but do they know that Carpe could be?
This is a big play. That's a nice shot as well. This is a big play though, Carpe. They know that he was showers at one point, so they got to expect here and here. They get the plant down. Is that any kind of ult for anyone? No.
We've got Carpe coming through showers.
Crow's 1 kill away.
So on point in his gunplay the last couple days.
Oh, they're all stuck in U-Haul though.
In terms of util, there is nothing here.
They don't want to get into 1v1s, and they don't want to maroon someone all by themselves in U-Haul.
Sorry, for ZETA or Carpe.
Right, well, this could be a dangerous stack here.
Crow has flash and stun.
Right,
there's the flash.
Forward, but 10 gets him. Carpe tasked with the impossible.
29 HP. I mean, it should be impossible.
Look at that fake. I mean, that guiding
oh my god, I'm nervous. Someone swing him or something. Just swing him together.
I mean, I don't know what
okay, there we go. Holy hell, that I got well nervous there watching that. Alright, another chance for them. Nice recovery. They hit some good shots into this, to be honest. Sugar Zero and Crow hit some really good shots.
Will slow creep in, and that completely throws T1 off. They miraculously hold on to backside for just a bit longer.
And, you know, it takes so long to clear those angles, too.
Another timeout. Again, both the coaches, both the teams get 1 timeout each in overtime for the whole duration. Doesn't reset, just
using this time. I mean, we always talk about
one timeout each.
Out in overtime, but a lot of teams, they try to use it as soon as they win the first overtime round to try to secure it. However, it cools you off.
The bad fake. Man, I was nervous watching it, bro.
We've seen it fail many times.
The call was in to just bait the breach, basically, and play time.
Now, I don't mind it just because they really let the map split towards the end when they were on defense, and now the ZETA Division will be going over to that defensive side. So I don't mind it, right? Review what you picked up. Really focus in on that, because obviously as you were coming into overtime in that brief moment, you're just focusing on the next round coming up. Curious to see what the changes are. I mean, honestly, I think you keep the 3-man default on B long. I think that's a very strong counter to what T1's always had prepared. But then just hold on to showers. I mean, you don't even need to peek out of it too aggressively.
If you saved 1 timeout from regular, can it be used in overtime? No, like all of them get reset. Gets the raised.
If we're looking at T1 right now. But there's that triple stack you were talking about, William.
Yeah, but
Op for Dep.
Okay,
On
so
top
this
of
is the
truck.
other idea, is just
Trying to
hold A
spot
with an op.
over.
Glass cannon
Yep,
set
sees
up.
the wall. Changes position. Flash goes in, nothing. Stun,
Right, this
flash,
is the
nade
go-to
combo.
bread and butter from T1's composition.
They can at
Trying
least
to come up.
shoot.
They
Honestly,
are
that's
not
kind of
gonna
worth.
commit, though, just yet.
They
Cart
can
may actually
shoot
gonna
all of
back
this, and
up, just try to hold
that's
this
pretty much
position, see if they
Gecko's util. That's
can
Gecko
sell the
done.
rest of this push, when in fact they're
Like,
gonna
all of
be
his
heading up over
utils
towards
here.
A.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is that Carpe, not only is he caught off guard. Uh-oh, 10.
Whoa.
Is he gonna overeat a bit? No,
Wow,
he's gonna
okay.
get the kill.
Huge
And then they
play
force
there.
into this one. Good luck, Dep. Eats the flash.
The operator's shot misses Dep.
Oh my god.
Again, with the glass cannon setup, is shot down by ZETA.
And now he knows that 10 is on the flank from the teleporter.
Wow.
T1 ZETA
Look how
keeping
fast
the
this shot
T1
was.
dream
He's
alive.
a hero.
All right, well, this spike is ticking away, man, and ZETA needs to figure out how to stop it. Sugar Zero just on the outside. I mean, they're so iced out, they just don't have that much intel.
Shorty in hand.
Shorty,
ready for
man.
the go.
Oh!
Oh, he tries to
Whoa.
swing, but misses the timing.
Yeah, Munchin got to back up.
One molly for after
Zaya
plant
sees him.
from the Viper.
Not able to get those shots to really connect.
But they've already spread the angles. The sneak by. Oh, last
Whoa,
player's
whoa.
back. And ZETA Division takes
Yeah,
the
they
storm
done it.
map 3, keeping the
Holy
Japanese
hell,
wolf
okay.
alive.
Okay,
Yep, that
the
spike
boys.
is diffused.
They're here. They
This is
keep
gonna
the
be a
dream
map
alive.
3. We're
They
tied
keep
up
the
1-1.
dream alive. We're going Fracture.
T1 versus
It's
ZETA
Fracture's
could
gonna
not
be
be
hard
more
still,
hype.
but they're still here. They're still
And map 3
fighting.
is Fracture. I don't know what
Nice,
to expect,
nice
William.
overtime from them.
Oh,
Got
man.
a lot of important
Here's-
jewels.
Fracture has been a map that T1 has really grown into with their double duelist composition. Ban plays Jet on that map, and the more times they play it, the
Man,
more
these
he
matches are
becomes a hard
good.
carry on that map. However, momentum now on the side of ZETA, and Fracture across all the different metas has been a map that ZETA Division has always liked to play on.
Get ZETA keeping the dream alive now. Tokyo is still a possibility for them.